we're starting up at the 14th fret here on the B string. So you pluck the 14th fret and then you do 2 fret bend on the high E string, 17th fret, 2 fret bend, and you pluck the 2 fret bend twice. Then you pluck it one more time, but then you drop it so it's only a 1 fret bend. So it's like that. Same 3 notes there, or same 2 notes and another one. So you're plucking the 14th fret of the B string again, then you're plucking the 17th fret of the high E string, and you're doing a hammer off to the 14th fret as well. Then you pluck the 14th fret of the B string again. So alright, so then you do a 2 fret bend on the 17th fret of the high E string, and then you pluck it as just a normal 17th fret with no bend. Then it's 14th fret of the high E string, and then you just pluck the 17th fret of the B string and do a 2 fret bend. Like that. Then you're doing a string bend on the 16th fret of the G string. 2 fret bend. Pluck it again and release. And then release it again. Sorry. Like release the bend and then release the hammer off, if you get me. Then you pluck 16, 14 on the G string. Like that. Then you're just on the D string, same 2 frets. So it's a hammer on and off, 14 to 16, then off, 14 again. Then you pluck 16, 14, 16 of the A string, and then you go up the 14 of the D string. Then you're on the 16th fret of the G string and you do a 2 fret bend. Like that. Then the next part is, so you're plucking two strings at the same time. It's the B and the high E string. The B string is the 17th fret and the high E string is the 14th fret. So like that. And you're bending the 17th fret B string. So you go up to a 2 fret bend with one plug, and then down from the 2 fret bend with the second plug. And whenever you release, whenever you're going back down from the bend, you do a hammer off to the 14th fret on the B string, and then it's 16 and 14 on the G string, and then 16 on the D string. Alright. Should be easy enough. The next part's a wee bit difficult. So you wanna, right, you're on the 12th fret of the B string. You're bending up 3 times, and after every single time you pluck the B string, you pluck the high E string on the 12th fret as well. So it's like, it sounds beast, I'll not lie. Yeah, so then you pluck it again at the this is the 4th time that you pluck the 12th fret of the B string. So fuck. Alright, I'll just leave it on a wee cliffhanger there. Aye, so you're on the 12th fret of the B string, and you're plucking it 3 times. Every time you pluck it, you do a 2 fret bend, and after every single time you pluck the high E string 12th fret as well. So it's like, then you pluck it a 4th time on the B string, and you drop it down, and then you sort of play 3 times both the 9th fret of the high E string and the 12th fret of the B string. So you play the 12th fret bend once. This is the 4th time that you play the bend, but this time it's going down. You play both the high E string 9th fret and the B string 12th fret, and you play them both together, and it's strumming just the 2 strings, and you strum it 3 times. Then you put the 12th fret of the B string again, and you rise it, 2 fret bend. Yeah, so 2 fret bend. Then you put the 12th fret of the high E string. Then you start from the 2 fret bend on the B string 12th fret, go down, pluck it once, and then pluck it again and go up. So like that. So it's like, like that. Then the next part. Right, you're on the 9th fret of the high E string. You do a hammer on and off. I don't know, pluck it however way you want, just listen to the song and figure it out. But it's a hammer on twice, from the 9th to the 11th on the high E string. Yeah, my phone's just out there. Anyways, then you put the 11th fret again, and high E string still, and then you do a hammer off. So that's what we have so far. Then 9th fret, or sorry, 11th fret. That's just a 1 fret bend. Then you release it to the 9th fret, and then you pluck the 11th fret again, all high E string. Then you're on the 15th fret of the B string. You do a 2 fret bend with your middle finger. Then it's a hammer on the high E string, 14 and 16. Hammer on and off, hammer on and off. Then it's 17 on the B string, 14th fret on the high E string, 17th fret on the B string, and you want to bend the B string, so like that. So we're on the 14th fret of the B string. We pluck that, then we pluck the 16th fret of the high E string, and we do a hammer off to the 14th fret. We pluck the B string again, 14th fret, so then it's 17th fret of the high E string, and you do a 2 fret bend. You pluck the 17th fret high E string again whenever it drops down. Then it's 16 and 14 on the high E string. Then 17 on the B string. 14 on the high E string again. And then 17 on the B string, and you bend it. So like that. Okay, so then you pluck the 14th fret of the B string, and you pluck the 16th fret of the G string, and you go from the bend. So release and hammer off to the 14th fret. Okay, then it's 16, 14, 16 of the D string, and then 14 of the G string. Sorry, it's easy to get lost here. Alright, the next part is stressful to record. Okay, so 9th fret of the D string, you plug 9, you plug 11, both D string, then you plug 9 and 11 on the G string, do a hammer off to the 9th fret, plug the 11th fret of the D string then you plug the 9th fret of the G string, do a hammer off to the 8th fret, then you plug 11th fret of D string. You plug it once, I plugged it twice there. Then it's 8, 9, 11 on the G string. Then 9, 10 on the B string. Then with 9 and 10 on the B string, you do a hammer on and off. Then it's 11, 9, 8 on the G string. 11th fret on the D string then. Then these are hammer-ons. 8, 9, 11 on the G string. So, see, just hammer-ons for the rest of them. Then it's 12, 10, 9. 10. 12, 10, 9, 10 of the B string. So what we have so far is then the next part is you're doing a hammer on off with 9th fret and the 10th fret. So a hammer on off. So then it's 11 and 9 on the G string, then it's 11 and 9 on the D string, and then 11 again on the D string, and then 9, 11 on the G string. And you put the 11th fret of the G string twice. So yep. So you're on the 11th fret of the D string. You put the 11th fret of the G string then, and you hammer off to the 9th fret. Then you plug 11 and 11 again. 11 on the D string, then 11 on the G string. I hope this is easier to follow than it is to teach. Then it's 9, 11 plugging both on the G string. Then it's 10th fret of the B string, and then 11th fret of the G string, and you plug the G string twice. Then the second time is basically kind of the same. So that, and then it's 10 and then 12 on the B string, and you bend the B string 12th fret, 2 frets, and you play the 12th fret of the high E string. You play that part twice, so it's like Then the next part comes after. So it's this part. It's that part again. And then it's 10, 12, and you bend the 12th fret. Those are on the B string. Then it's 9 and 14 on the high E string. Yeah. Yep. Alright, so we're starting up on the high E string 12th fret. You're doing a 2 fret bend and you pluck it twice while rising both times. And then you pluck it a third time, you drop it, and then you pluck high E string 9th fret, then 12th fret of the B string, 9th fret of the high E string again, and then 12th fret of the B string again, 10th fret of the B string, and then 11th fret of the G string. So like that. Then second time, you pluck it 3 times while you're rising, high E string 12th fret. Pluck it a 4th time and you drop it. Do a hammer off to the 9th fret. Then you're on the 12th fret of the B string. You do a 2 fret bend, like, then a hammer off. So hammer off to the 10th fret. Then you play the you play the 11th fret of the G string then. So then 9th fret of the G string, you do a hammer on and off to the 11th fret. Then it's the 11th fret of the D string. And then it's a hammer on again from the 9th to the 11th fret of the G string. Then it's you slide up to, you don't make the noise of a sliding up, you just go up to the 16th fret of the G string. Is it 16? Yep, it is. You do a 2 fret bend, and then you play 14th fret of the B string, 14th fret of the E string, then 17th fret of the high E string. You do a 2 fret bend and you keep plucking it. I'll figure out how many times you pluck it, but each time you do it, you really want to shorten how much you bend, but keep going to the highest point, if you get me. So you're just starting from a lower point. I'll show you what I mean. So it's like, see what I mean? It starts off like, so you pluck it 3 times while you're basically rising, keep adjusting it, and then while it's up, you vibrato it, and you play it a few more times. Let me see. Yeah, so you plug it 4 times. Okay, so you do the initial 3 times while you're rising it, then you vibrato it and you plug it 3 times, then you plug it an extra time whenever you drop it down. So it's like, 3 times, and then 4th time you drop it, like that. Then B string, 17th fret, you do a 2 fret bend. 2 fret bend, then you play the 14th fret of the high E string, then just the normal 17th fret of the B string. Then you do a hammer on and off from the 14th fret of the B string to the 16th. Then you want to use your pinky finger for 16th fret of the G string. Then you want to do 14th of the G string and then 13th of the G string. The plucking's a wee bit weird, so you'll want to get used to it. Then it's 16th fret of the D string. You like that? Okay, sweet. Excuse me. Then it's 13, 14 on the G string. And you just bend the 14th fret then, G string. Like that. And then the next thing you do is you're doing like a pinch harmonic, still bending the G string 14th fret. So we're on that, and then you've a harmonic. So it's like you do a harmonic 3 times, then the 4th time you sort of show the note a wee bit. So I have a wee cut on my thumb, so it's a wee bit difficult to do the harmonic, to be honest, but so you harmonic 3 times, pluck normally the 4th, then you harmonic 2 more times, and then you pluck normally 2 more times. So it's 3 harmonic, 1 knot, then 2 harmonic, and then 2 knot. Alright. Yep. Yeah, okay. So those are all on its own, right? There's that. Okay, so then we'll pretend we're still on this. We pluck it an extra time and then we drop it down. Then we pluck 13th fret of the D string. So drop it, 13th fret of the D string. Then it's 16, 14, 16 on the D string. And then there's like a wee slidey thing there. So it's like you slide once and then you pluck the 16th fret again and slide again. So it's not specifically 16 whenever you slide back up, you just need to make that noise. Yeah, I'll play that slowly through. So we're wrapping up towards the near the end of the solo, and that's probably one of the best parts of the solo, to be fair. So it's 2/4 of the D string, then 2/4 of the G string. Then it's 2nd of the high E string, 5th of the B string, 2nd of the B string. You do a hammer off from the 5th to the 2nd of the B string. Then it's a string bend, 4th fret of the G string, and you want to go from the 2 fret bend, really. Hammer off to the 2nd fret. So then you put the 4th fret of the D string. Then you do a hammer on and off, 2nd of the 4th fret of the D string, and then you pluck 4, 2, 4. Then you put the 2nd fret of the low E string, which I do with my thumb. So it's like then it's 4. Sorry. Yep. So you pluck the fourth fret and do a hammer off till the second fret of the D string twice. So then you put the fourth fret of the A string. Then it's fourth fret of the D string, second fret of the G string, fourth fret of the G string. Then it's a 2 fret bend, fourth fret of the G string. So from the bend really. Right, so it's second fret of the low E string. Then fourth fret of the B string, and you do a hammer off till the second fret twice, and you only pluck whenever you're on the fourth fret of the D string. Then it's fourth fret of the A string, fourth fret of the D string, and then it's 2-4 on the G string. Then you go from a 2 fret bend on the fourth fret of the D string. You do a hammer off, then you pluck 4-2 on the G string. Then it's 4-2 on the D string. So the next part is, we'll start with that. This is a wreck to teach. So second of the low E string, then it's a double hammer off, fourth fret of the D string off till the second fret. As I said, it's a double hammer off, so you do it twice. Then it's fourth fret of the A string. Then it's 2-4 of the A string. So 2-4-2, then hammer off, then 2-4 all A string. Then 2-4 of the D string, then 2-4 of the G string. Then it's fourth of the G string, a 2 fret bend, and then it's second fret B string, second fret high E string. So so you do yeah, you play that 3 times. Then you pluck the fourth fret G string another time, but you go from the 2 fret bend, and then you drop it, do a hammer off, and then play the fourth fret again G string. So yep. So it's open 2-4, right? You want to get the pick hand going, just a steady pace, like that, right? And with the other hand, it's open G string 2-4. So it's one pluck there, one pluck open string, one pluck second string, 2 plucks fourth fret. I kept saying stringer, I meant fret. You know what I mean. But pluck the fourth fret G string twice. Then it's second fret G string. You just pluck that once. So it's then it's 3 times you pluck the fourth fret G string. Then open G string and then fourth fret. So it's So it's always the same pace with the right hand. Okay, so it's 2 open, 2 fret of the G string, open G string. Then it's a hammer on and off, 2nd to the 4th fret of the G string. Then it's 4th fret of the D string. Then it's a hammer on and off, 2nd to the 4th fret of the D string, and then 4th fret of the A string. So it's okay. So 2-4 D string, then it's 2-4 G string, you slide up to the 6th fret. Then it's a hammer on and off, 4th fret to the 6th fret of the G string, and then you slide down to the 2nd fret. So yep, so then it's 4-2 on the G string. Alright, so the next part is it's just you do that 12 times, right? If you can't tell, it's 4th fret of the G string, you bend it 2 frets, then it's 2nd fret of the B string, 2nd fret of the high E string. You play that 12 times. On the 13th time, you pluck the 4th fret of the G string and you bend it and you pluck it twice. So then it's 5th fret of the high E string, and then it's a yep. So you plot the 2nd fret and then do a hammer on and off to the 5th fret, still on the high E string, like that. Yep. Then it's 4-2 on the B string, and then it's 2-1 on the G string. Then 4th fret of the D string. So then it's a hammer on and off on the D string, 2nd fret to the 4th fret. Then it's you pluck 4-2-4 of the A string. Then you pluck 2-4 of the D string. Then it's 2-4 of the G string. Then it's 2 on the G string, right? And then it's 4-2-4 on the G string. So, and then whenever you play the 4th fret this time, you do like a 1 fret bend. So I'll play it from this part. Then it's 4th fret of the D string and you pluck that twice. So I'll play the rhythm. So that's what it sounds like. Alright, so the next part, we're up on the 7th fret of the D string, and then so it's a hammer on and off then, 4th fret to the 7th fret, 4th fret on the D string, and then 7th fret on the A string. And the plucking is really important too, so you just need to learn about it. You play that 6 times. Then 7th time, it's a 4th and 5th hammer on, and then 7th fret again. So right, so so to do that, it's 4, 5, 7 on the D string. Then it's 4th fret and you do a hammer on and off to the 5th fret. then 7th fret of the A string, 4th fret of the D string, and you pluck the D string twice. Then you pluck the D string 4th fret again, and you do a hammer on and off to the 7th fret. So hammer on and off, and then you pluck the 7th fret of the A string. Then you pluck the 4th fret of the D string again, and the 7th fret of the A string again. So it's like. Then you do a 4th to the 7th fret of the A string, hammer on and off. 7th fret of the E string then. Then it's 4-7 on the A string. 4-7 on the D string then. And you pluck them both. You pluck the 4th fret of the D string then, and you do a hammer on and off. So it's. 7th fret of the A string. Then it's a hammer on and off, 4th fret to the 7th fret of the A string. Then 7th fret of the low E string. Then it's 4-7 of the A string, and then 4-7 of the D string as well. So. Then it's 2-4 of the D string, 2-4 of the G string. Oh, sorry. 2-4 of the D string, and then 2 of the G string. And then when you play the 4th fret of the G string, then you bend it, and you want to play the 4th fret of the G string 3 times, and each time the bend gets smaller, but it still goes to the same point, if you get me. And the last part of the solo is. Obviously it's that, there's that bend. You do the slide up and slide down. Then it's A chord. That thing. So like sliding up just with that finger up to the 3rd fret and then back down. Then you open low E string. Then open D string, and you keep doing a hammer on and off to the 2nd fret of the D string. Like that. And it's the chords I've been showing you for the full song.